All right, good morning everybody. Welcome to stclairreport.com. I am very privileged to have Chris Hockley with me today from Rapala, the product manager. Chris, thank you very much for joining me.
Well, you're right. You are privileged to have me here today. You know what? I am super excited. I have been, as you know, living down in South Carolina the last few years, and I haven't had a chance to fish the Great Lakes in 4 years. And I get to do it today with you, and I hear it's been going on fire.
It's been fun. Last couple of weeks, as you've been watching stclairreport.com, we've been doing really well with them. Chris is bringing some secret baits that you won't see today, but it's going to be fun to use, and of course, and all the rest of the stuff that we like to talk about. Guys, stay tuned. It's going to be a fun day. We're going to check out some bass fishing, see if the beds are rolling, and we're going to see what happens. stclairreport.com. All right, here we go, guys. We're at my usual spot. Chris, of course, the Rapala just automatically just jumps right in there and gets one.
That's Look at that.
Yeah, sweet. Need a net there, Chris, or?
Well, why not? We'll keep those trebles out of our hand.
Oh, here, I'll grab your rod. There you go.
Just keep digging. There we go.
Oh! There we go.
Yeah. A little different than last week, guys. Last week when we were catching those fish up here, we had a couple followers. I looked, I didn't see any followers for them. But it's amazing how many carp we've seen up here. There was a school of silver bass that came through. So, still, that's a nice fish. Good job, Chris. You were snapping that?
Yeah, actually, I was. These shadow wraps, the shad will do a 180 on itself. So what I started doing was walking the dog underwater, and I was just small little twitches, and it'll turn a 180, and it just pow.
Wow.
I mean, I'd only taken one cast with it doing that, and popped it right away. So.
Yeah, it looked like you hit it pretty hard when your rod bent over. All right, guys, let's get this fish back in the water and get some more. All right, Chris, we got it.
Fish just can't seem to resist this thing. It's like trying a whole bunch of different baits. And it's this purple shadow wrap. Twitch, twitch, bonk. This is the second cast with it. It's the second fish. It's crazy.
And it's funny enough, you got to think what we're fishing, right? So we're in what, 4.5, 5 feet of water.
Yep. There's
kind of beds there starting, but yet you don't see a definite. But yet every time you cast that Rapala, you seem to do it. I'm going to try to get a shot of this. I don't know how much it'll show. Oh, that's a nice fish. Not a monster, but that we could usually get here in St. Clair, but nice. Grab this net. You want the net, Chris?
Yeah, I might save my hands. I'm really attached to my hands. That's perfect.
Hi.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. That's a little nicer. So I go back to one of the questions I asked you earlier. Did it hit when it landed in the water? Did you snap it? Did you reel it?
It's get it in the water, and because of the shadow wrap sinks so slowly, it just gonna pop it off here. It starts sinking, and it gets right in the zone right away, and you give it a couple pops and let it just do its thing, and bang, there they are.
Wow, look at all the hooks are in there. Just solid, it's full.
Yeah, just a beautiful fish. With an attitude, I love it.
Good job, Chris. So we had another great day on the water. I had the privilege of having Chris Hockley, the product manager for Rapala, out in the water with us today and bringing us all the brand new lures we haven't even seen yet. And here's Jackie. Even though we caught a ton of fish, Jackie working that tube through the weeds, through the rock piles, hitting some beds, and catching the 3-4 biggest fish of the day. Here's some great pictures of her with her big fish. Great job, Jackie. You sure can work that tube. Okay, guys, we left early this morning, and as I told you, I was going with Chris Hockley. What's your title again, Chris? I'm sorry?
Product manager.
Product manager for Rapala. And like, guys, I told you this morning when we're going out, we're going to be using some new stuff, not even seen on the market yet. And Chris brought out a package of stuff today. Oh my God, did we have a blast. Later on, you're going to see some pictures that he took of Jackie and myself, and himself catching some tremendous bass. Can you show us a little secret?
Well, you know, we talked about it a little bit earlier today, but the whole Shadow Wrap series, this dull finish though between the two of us, I started getting fish right away this morning, and you switched to it and started getting fish, and you know, I mean, they turned a little turned off later on, but we got a bunch of fish on these things, and I tried everything in that package. It just happened to be what they wanted today. It just goes to show you that there's different tools for different times, and that's why you need the different colors and the different shapes and lengths.
Absolutely. And these are kind of things like, say, how much stuff do we have in our tackle box? And we're like, oh, we got so much stuff. But guys, here's a lure, you know, that's, I'm assuming it's fairly new for this year?
Yeah, it's absolutely, that's brand new this year.
Oh,
It's a Bassmaster Classic release.
So we've had a great chance of using this today and catch some really nice bass. And the cool thing about it, we always look like, oh, shiny it is, and you know, how the sun's gonna hit and reflect. And here's something that's totally dull, and we crushed them right away. Like, what a blast.
Yeah, it's exciting. You know, they have some really great colors in it, but it's that dull finish. I know we were talking about it. We used to take sandpaper and take down some of the colors. So you'd buy a $10 or $15 bait at the store, and then it was kind of like, oh, yeah, I hope this works, but it does.
And here we're worried about, we want to spray Clair on it so it's nice, bright, and shiny. And here you are dulling it.
Yeah, and we dulled it up, and you know, we have the same color in the clear shiny, but when you get this clear water, shallow like the fish were, that can be all the difference. And it worked today. I mean, it was like night and day.
Oh my God, did we catch some nice fish. You're going to see those later on and some pictures on my Facebook, on my website. Guys, what a day we had, Chris.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming down.
Oh, I
and fishing
appreciate
with
it.
us.
I appreciate it.
And I'm looking forward to come up and fish with you one day.
Yeah, well, we can certainly make that happen.
All right. Thanks, guys. StClairReport.com. Thanks for coming out with us today.
I'm only just off the water, and I'm already excited about getting back to Lake St. Clair. I got a chance to fish with Bob and Jackie Mann this weekend. Had an incredible time. They're so ingrained in the industry, so incredibly knowledgeable there. We caught a lot of bass, had so much fun. I even forgot my hoodie. That was done on purpose. I'm going back fishing right now. Oh, thanks Bob and Jackie Mann. Awesome time in the weekend. Can't wait to do it again. I'll be there in about 4.5 hours.